Blessings, B.A.R.S Nation, we in there still. Hey, hello, what's happening? So, just some, more insight on life behind B.A.R.S. This the second album for the 2025 cycle. It's a man of my word. It's a businessman and a rapper too. Gotta give y'all what y'all asked for, see they said. But this one was really a part of, like I said, the whole discography being able to be art. And I think the most beautiful thing art could do is mirror the human story. So this is a lot of mirroring of my story, like where I am currently in my life, like outside of rap. So any raw, unfiltered stuff, I feel that's always gonna be quality, and trying to translate the bigger human story at the same time. You feel me? So talking about the contrast in ourselves, from the shadow to what we deem as a psyche, all that deep stuff. People who like shit like that. And then y'all who ain't here to really go off the deep end and get too much of that on the music itself, then by all means you have something to still bop to, vibe to, and lyrically it's intentionally designed in layers, kind of also trying to mirror the human story, life itself, layers, things that stack on top of each other and exist simultaneously. So however you able to grasp, that's what you get from it. And I know a lot of people may feel like there's a lot to try and put in. I like to produce quality, and it's also a part of what the mantra was behind the name. You feel me? The name ain't just because it sound cool. The name is to really try and challenge not just myself, mainly myself, but fans of rap and rappers in particular, that there's so much more you could do with this art form. Like some songs, lyrically I approach, I intentionally use simple tools, simple words, simple flips, but do it in complicated artistic ways just to show there's always more room to the craft. You feel me? I want y'all rappers in particular start taking this more serious, bro. Your pen mean plenty. You reaching airs, the way someone vibe with you may never be like how they vibe with anybody else. So the impact you may have off your life just off what they hear you say carry weight. I ain't saying you gotta be out here on no Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Mahatma Gandhi. You feel me? What? Give them some type of gem. You feel me? Don't let it just be about making this money and glorifying. You feel me? Give them something they could hold on to when they think back in life. They feel like, boy, this impact me in a particular way. You have the power to do that shit, bro. You think we take that lightly. But yeah, I don't want to drag this out too much, but life behind B.A.R.S on the way. B.A.R.S 3 still blazing. Trust me, we got more fire coming your way. God Lord, cooking in the kitchen. I on my Cajun. Blessings. Just wanted to elaborate on the second part of it. One of the most beautiful stories of the human element is what's often told in a lot of the ancient texts, not just the Bible, but the striving between himself and the unification with the Most High, the being in tune with everything, because everything else is in tune with the Most High. Only the free will beings are not. Us and the jinn kind, you feel me? So, taking that into consideration, I wanted to talk about not just the spiritual walk from my religious aspect. I hate to use that word religion still, but the path I chose to get to the Most High. And I feel like a lot of people walk in that story on some level or not. So I try to approach it from a lot of angles where even if you ain't really religious, we all have those points in our life where we kind of like sit with our conscience. We kind of sit and like ask ourselves, if certain things making sense. If we need to make changes, if we need to improve, we need to. Some of us just don't have the ability to, honestly, even though the effort may be there. Sometimes it's our life through the cards. It's our ability to walk through all those intricacies and try to tell that from a personal level and from a wider scale level, dropping some gems for people who are actually paying attention. So, looking forward to it. I know this one, all of these could be classics. especially when people really see what's going on. More time. Blessings.